Today I am going to be installing a brake handle, a replacement brake handle, on my Aprilia Tuono 660 factory. So I went with ASV. They seemed to be well reviewed, and they had the shorties, and it looked very adjustable. So this actually came in a manila envelope. I tore it out of the envelope just because I didn't want to share all that information with you guys. It comes with a card here, so it's got two QR codes. One is the warranty code, where you can activate your warranty. The other one is installation instructions, which I've actually already watched these. You basically go to their website, you plug in your model from the handle, and you're good to go. That model number, you're not going to be able to see this, but it's actually located right here, so you can plug in your little model number. This looks pretty burly. It feels pretty good. I wanted a breakaway because I've wrecked on my bike more than once playing around. So I wanted a breakaway. I wanted shorties for the brake lever. I only ordered the brake lever. I wasn't sure if I was going to want this on the clutch side or if I'm going to want a longer one. We could talk about that over at the bike. So it's just the brake lever and a push rod. This is the part I think that's bike specific. When you order this, you have to order it for your bike specifically. This will go in here and push so that when you're pulling on the lever, this is the part that pushes into the bike to activate the master cylinder. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to put that on today. I'm going to whip you guys over to the bike so we can see how this all goes on. As usual, I've not done this before, so you'll be doing it with me for the first time. And I'll see you in a few. Brought us over to the bike. We're going to be replacing this brake lever here with the ASV. The only thing holding it in, it appears to be this 4mm hex and a 10mm bolt on the backside that this bolts into. The main reason I'm doing this, if you look here, this is really tight. And what happened on the other side when I wrecked was I hit this slider, it rolled out of the way, and this lever was still in the way, so it got caught. So I'm trying to see if I shorten this up, if that'll solve some of that. We'll see. I don't mind the OEM handles, honestly. They're fairly adjustable. I have them adjusted where I want them, but I want something shorter. So from what I can see, we're just going to remove this and using this 10mm bolt on the back. So we're going to take our 4mm hex, 10mm wrench, slap the 10mm on the back. I don't think this will have a lot of torque. It seems pretty small, and no, it does not have a lot of torque. So we're just going to run this out, and of course the bolt on the back side is going to come out before this bolt on the top. There we go. So make sure you're holding that bolt on the back side there. Yeah, so now we're just as soon as we get that bolt out, it's just a pin. So we're going to grab this. It's a little greasy. We're going to grab that pin, pull this out. It's in a rubber boot. So there's the piece we're going to replace. I do prefer this to be screwed in. I don't like that the replacement one does not screw in. It just kind of uses pressure, I think. All right, so that's the old brake handle. That's out of the way. We're not reusing, we reuse this bolt, but we don't reuse anything on here. So I've pushed the camera down here so you can see. This is where we removed the brake handle, was right here. The brake lever was right here. So this is the replacement piece they give us. It has to go in a little hole right here, and I do mean a little hole. It is much smaller than this device. So because of the position I'm in here, if I drop this, it's gonna hopefully hit the floor, but just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some rags up here so they would catch it if I drop it, hopefully. And this hole is a lot smaller than this pin. And I checked, it matches the old pin. So the old pin, when I pulled it out, was pretty tight as well. So just for some hope here. I'm going to use a silicone lubricant. This is rubber, so I want to use silicone on it. I don't want to use like an axle grease or anything. Petroleum-based product. There it is. So if you center this pin up right on the hole and push straight back, it'll go through, but it's got to be straight back. Like that. And then you can twist it. And now you can see it's on, the boot is on correctly. So that's how you put that pin in. Basically, you've got to line it up the hole, get some silicone grease on it so it's nice and slippery, and then push straight back. If you're slightly crooked, it's going to push off to the side of the hole. This whole boot will collapse on you. So that's all you have to do there. So now that that piece is on, we're going to go ahead and put the brake handle on. I'll reposition you to the top probably to show this part, but there is a hole in the brake handle right here that goes on this pin. So you have to kind of line it up, and I think it'll be easier to show you from the top how to line those two up. But that's what it is. There's a hole right here. This is really straightforward. There's only one hole on here. So that hole goes on that pin. So I'm going to put the camera up a little bit higher so you're looking down on what we're doing here. All right, so I think we're in a good view position here. So here's our pin that's coming out that has to go into the center of our handle. There's our little hole. So we just have to line these two up like this and it'll go in. Now, one of the things I noticed on here is they did have this stuff kind of lubed up. So I'm going to do the same thing. This is metal on metal. So I need ever so little bit of grease here. Now I'm using just a lithium, regular old grease, axle grease. It's actually bearing grease. I'm going to put that on the piece there. There's a machined metal surface right here. I'm going to go ahead and put some grease there on the bottom and the top just to make sure that everything is smooth when it goes together. Put my pin here where I won't lose it. All right, so now we have to line this up. The pin is now lined up, and you can see this hole has to line up here for this pin to go through. Yeah, so there we go. So I had to push in from right here to get it to go forward. And once we get it down to the bottom, yep, you can see on the bottom that it threads in. So I just grab my ratchet, tighten it up. Now I can feel I'm right where the bolt is going to want to kick on. So I'm going to grab my bolt, my nut. So now I've got my little nut that came off the back side. And I'm just going to line it up here with the pin that's coming out. Oops. Was backing it out there. This is a nylon nut, so I may end up having to replace this nylon nut. Nylon nuts should really only be used once. So we're just going to tighten this up. And we tighten the nut up on the back side. Like so. Now we can grab our brake pedal, or brake lever, brake lever. Last thing I want to do is turn this on and check that my brake lights kick on. That tells me that the pin is lined up here. And the thing I like about these is they are really adjustable. So you could bring this way down here. You can see it right here, obviously. That'd probably be too close for me. It could be hitting my knuckle. So I want to go back out. But these things are crazy adjustable. It's one of the things I liked about them when I looked at them online, was just how crazy adjustable they were. You know, you want this so that it's right in the pull zone of your knuckles. You don't want it too far in where you're doing this. You don't want it too far out where you're having to roll your hand forward to get on it. You want to be able to just, at your normal riding angle, pull straight in. So that's it. That was a really straightforward install. I'm gonna wash that nylon nut. I'm gonna go for a ride here in a couple days. I got a longer ride plan on the bike. Could do some cone work actually and then go for a longer ride. So I will probably take my 10 and 4 with me just to make sure that nylon nut doesn't back off, or if it does, I at least have the tools for it. That's it. The question is, you can see it moved way over. Here's the stock handle. You can see there's a big difference here in the length of the handles. So definitely shortened it up quite a bit. It's inside the guard now, so I feel a lot better about that. I don't know that I would want a clutch guard or clutch lever this short. I really like being able to get on the clutch lever. So that is it. The ASV brake lever is on. It's functional. Looks good, honestly. Don't think I care much if it's, you know, stock or not. I just want the function out of it. So have a good time, and hope this helps you.